Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today is an opportunity for me to discuss some of the best entry-level Porsches that are available on the marketplace today. The first car that I want to focus on today is a 2010 Porsche Boxster. This car is fantastic because it's finished in a really cool color. This is a macadamia metallic color. It is wonderful. It is a very iconic, very elegant looking car in a beautiful brown exterior. Some of the features about it is it's an Arizona car with a dry climate. There's no rust because anything that comes from Arizona is going to be a lot like a Portuguese or a Spaniard car, or a car from Spain or Portugal, where because of the dry climate you're not going to have excessive rust, or you're not going to have any moisture with these vehicles. It's a fantastic thing. And brown Porsches are just cool. You've seen sepia pop up in a lot of the nice paint to sample cars that people are ordering all around the world. And what's excellent about this car is this is the first generation of the PDK, the Porsche Doppelkupplung, which is a evolution of the Tiptronic transmission. And if we're looking at the pictures, you know, this is a 987 Cayman Boxster because they shared the same chassis. It's mid-engine, 2.9 liter flat six. So you're getting that flat six performance because after this, you know that Porsche, they went from the flat six to a flat four turbocharged with the 718 generation of the latest iteration of the Boxster. Now we know that with the next generation of this same platform and the same chassis, they're going to go fully electric in just a few years. So this is an opportunity to get a flat six naturally aspirated motor in a mid-engine platform, which is absolutely phenomenal and is one of the best handling cars available. This car features 18,400 miles, and in my opinion, it may be the best Boxster available in an amazing color on the marketplace today. The second car I want to talk about is the predecessor to the Cayman and the Boxster. Before the Boxster was the entry-level car that we now know, but the Porsche 968, basically a polished Porsche 944. Strong build quality. We know that during this time there was a lot of part sharing between the 911 and the 968, and the 911 around at this time was the 964. So the 964 is notorious for being one of the strongest cars that's ever been built out of Zuffenhausen. So we know that the Porsche 964 is a strong car. So the entry-level car to that is a 968, and they included some of the best parts. You could see that the steering wheel is also the same as that of a 964. And with the sharing of components, you just elevate the build quality of an entire brand. The diameter of the cylinders on this car are massive with the 968. It's a 3-liter inline 4. So if you're making that much displacement with a 4-cylinder, you have like Mack truck-sized cylinders in this engine. When you take the engine apart, it is phenomenally large. It dwarfs the conventional cylinder sizes found in, the bigger engines. This car is a Tiptronic, so that will keep the car cheap. If this car was a manual transmission, this car would be a little bit more expensive, but because it's a Tiptronic, you're getting a cheaper entry point into this car, which is something phenomenal because anyone who would buy this car may consider down the line of converting it from an automatic to a manual transmission vehicle. These pictures don't necessarily show a clean car. If they had simply taken a vacuum, it could elevate the price just a little bit further. Just saying. This car features 64,717 miles. This car is a driver with tons of life left in the tank. It's a great value for someone looking to expand their Porsche portfolio, if this is a car that they just want to add onto their collection. The third car that I want to talk about today is a 2006 Porsche Cayman. It's a Cayman S, so it's not even the base Cayman, it's the one with the bigger engine. And this is a cool car. It's mid-range. It's a mid-engine coupe design, 6-speed, 300 horsepower. So it's a lot of power in a very lightweight car. This car I consider it to be a handling masterpiece. people who are considered bigger experts in the field than me, like let's say the great Gordon Murray, he considered this car to be one of the best handling cars on the market when he was evaluating all the naturally aspirated cars that were in the marketplace during a specific time. And it still holds true. Whenever you have a lightweight design with a very lightweight engine that's placed in the middle, you're going to get that 50-50 weight balance distribution, which is the most desirable for handling. This car has 100,000 miles, so you're going to get a driver. And to me, that's the best car because whenever you get yourself into a driver, it's a car that's been thoroughly maintained. Parts have been changed whenever they've been worn out. The car isn't sitting, so the car's getting regular exercise. To me, that's very important when buying a car and when evaluating a car. You know, I've crossed the 100,000 mile threshold on this car on my personal 911, and it's treated me extremely well because the car's been used. It's been maintained and it's been looked over consistently, and that consistency builds trust with the driver in the car. Like, you know, that symbiotic relationship just exists because there's perfect symphony between you and the car because the car is not it's not sitting sedentary and in any way shape or form. This car is really cool. I like it because it has a black on black styling that is both conservative, it's elegant, it's timeless, and it's understated. You know, in an era where the current Porsche climate is obsessed with paint to sample. I mean, I'm obsessed with cool, rare colors with my cars, but there's something to be said about a car that you could just sneak into any location incognito. I mean, it's also a wonderful thing. And to say that I kind of miss those days where I could just take my 6-speed Cayenne anywhere and just sort of blend in is you know, that was also cool too. But yeah, flying under the radar is nice, and you know, sometimes that's a good thing. Plus, the styling is sharp, it's sexy, it's striking. This design is from 2006, which is 18 years ago, which is hard to believe. And it's a car that rivals the 911 in terms of handling, as much as Porsche themselves don't want to admit that. The car is notoriously geared for for underperforming its bigger sibling. In a world where the 911 is getting increasingly expensive, this is an amazing value, and it shouldn't be slept on. It's mid-engine, it's compact, it's lightweight, it's such a fun sports car. Central exit exhaust, so it's designed like an exotic, but it's an entry-level sports car, which it looks a lot more expensive than what it really is. And honestly, what's not to love? The car handles great. It's a great track weapon for those who want to get into that world of, I don't want to drive my 911, but maybe I want to drive something that's a little bit cheaper in the Porsche lineage that is accessible and fairly affordable to maintain when it's not on the track. Although racing is super expensive. So racing will never be cheap. I know guys who have Ferraris who race Miatas because racing is expensive. And what's cool about this car is the spoiler deploys out of the trunk at 70 miles an hour or 55. I'm not entirely sure, but any spoiler that deploys is kind of cool in my book. If you like what I had to say and you like these 3 cars that I suggested, or if you have a cool car that you want me to review, please let me know in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Have a good one.